I don't get it. I just don't get it, guys. And there's really nothing to get. It happens. It does happen. Um, so we have two more injuries. This time it's women. It's the women that are out now. We've injured all the top men in the company. Now we got to go for the women, I guess. What a horrible thing to say, but golly, that's what it seems like. Um, Last night at a house show, an NXT house show, and a WWE house show. Let's go with the WWE house show first. Doesn't matter where they were at, what they were doing. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, the match. And apparently, let me see here. Let me go ahead and pull this up here from where I can read it here. This is I read this on What Culture's wrestling website. What Culture is actually a very good uh, they're a website that pretty much feeds after all the other sites pretty much. I mean, it's, you know, it is they are what they are. They're wrestling news. Um, so apparently Charlotte was fighting Becky Lynch at Friday night's live event in Minneapolis. The bout was stopped after 2 minutes when Charlotte was caught with a knee from Lynch and was unable to continue. She was bleeding from the nose and helped back to the back. Becky has a look of concern on her face in these pictures, and it's definitely not good. Also on Friday night in an event in Cleveland at an NXT house show, Asuka was battling Emma. Emma apparently suffered a stinger, which honestly, here's the thing about stinger, the word stinger. I used to take classes for medical coding and billing, and we were coming up with, official terms and kind of like, common terms used for certain injuries, and I brought up the word stinger, and nobody knew what the word stinger meant. Anyway, Emma was legitimately knocked out, and I've seen the video from this. Asuka just wails away at her with these kicks. I mean, just bam. I mean, the last one especially. Ugh. Anyway, do you really, I mean, I know in the day and age that we live in, wrestling has evolved, and I'm going to have a video coming up on that later on, but Jesus Christ, do you really got to lay it in that hard? There's no excuse for that. Anyway, she kicks in. This is the opener of the show. Brutal kick to the head from Asuka. Referees then this one stopped the match and checked on Emma. Also later on in that same show, Tommaso Ciampa has a shoulder injury now. It's crazy. I just saw him at last year's X16 tournament for PWX in North Carolina. And I was like, dude, I wish you good luck. Stay healthy. And he's like, oh, thank you. And now this happens. So, apparently Dash and Dawson connected with the Shatter Machine for the victory. Ciampa looked to be in serious pain. His partner, Johnny Gargano, and officials helped him to the back to get medical attention. So, I mean, they have plans for Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn to move up in the next few weeks. So NXT needs all the help it could get right now. Jeez, now, I mean, what is it? You're going to have Becky Lynch versus Charlotte for the title at Mania? Or Becky, Charlotte's going to have to get up the belts. Now you got, Becky Lynch versus Sasha for the belt at Mania. No, we wanted to see that triple threat. We wanted to see, obviously in that triple threat match, Becky Lynch is taking the fall. It's not that hard to predict it. Becky Lynch is the one to take the fall because they want to have Charlotte versus Becky in a one-on-one match at the following pay-per-view. So I just don't know where we're going with all these injuries. I really don't, because of the fact that if people keep getting injured and if people keep getting, fucked up, and just especially with the deal with Emma, why do you have to be so stiff with the kicks? Why do you have to be so stiff? I get it. The fans want to see you lay it in there, and that the wrestling fan base has evolved to where they like the quote-unquote strong style of wrestling, where everybody has to lay it in hard. And it used to be the art of wrestling, was we do this and only make it look like we're getting hurt. We don't actually go out there and fuck each other up. And I watched the video that from Asuka and Emma. You know, there is a video out there of it. There's no excuse for that. You could sit there and do those kicks just as good and make it and not have to sit there and lay it in as stiff. There's no excuse for that. And in my opinion, now people are going to go, Joe, you're stupid, Mark. You don't know. You're just a casual fan. You don't know what wrestling is. Get in the ring with me and we'll see how stiff it is. But, you know, it used to be the art of the work, the art of the con. We're getting conned into believing that these kicks are heavy when they're really not. That was the art of it. And I think Bret Hart would tell you the same thing. Bret Hart, I even remember seeing in an interview once, you know, wrestling is art. We go out there and make it look like we're getting hurt when we're really not. It's the art of the work. It's making me believe. It's, you know, come on. There's no excuse for really actually going out there and kicking the ever-loving shit out of each other. And I know people are going to go out there, well, Asuka's still new to WWE. No, she's been in here in WWE for at least 3 or 4 months. She should know the style by now. She's been in professional wrestling for, you know, years before this. Now, granted, in Japan and everywhere else, they really do kick the shit out of each other, and that may fly over in Japan, and that's what separates Japanese wrestling from American wrestling. They have to go out there and literally beat the shit out of each other. We don't. Not here. It doesn't have to be that way here. Stupid, Mark. You don't know it. I know what you're saying, but... And I like the strong style of wrestling. There's nothing wrong with it every once in a while, but come on, that video, oof. That video of Asuka kicking the hell out of Emma, there's no excuse for that, and I truly hope she got reprimanded for it. I like Asuka. Asuka's one of my favorite wrestlers in NXT right now, and in fact, she's probably one of my favorite female wrestlers in the world right now, and to see that is just, it's rough, man. It's real rough. I don't like seeing that. I don't like the fact that they let them go out there and do that. Come on now. There's just no excuse for it. Especially that last kick right to the damn head. Well, Emma should have been protecting herself. Yes, maybe so. Maybe Emma should have gotten, the hand up. But come on. Is there really a need? And was there really a need for that many to begin with? That's crazy, man. No wonder people are getting injured left and right in this business, especially up there in the E, man. And rumor, just what are they going to do for Mania this year now with everybody getting injured? What are they going to do? At Access, you could go sign the cast of your favorite injured WWE star. Come on. It's only March. It's only March, and we got all these people out already. There's no timetable of when any of them will be back. Although I guarantee you, if John Cena doesn't appear at Mania this year, he'll be there the night after. Oof. And he'll get booed out of the building then. And for those who have asked, yes, I saw the video of Sami Callihan saying, his shit about Cena and how good he is. Look, my point is that to me, and I've always said this, I could give fuck all about how many Make-A-Wishes he does and how many sick kids he hugs and all this and that. It doesn't change the fact that John Cena is just stale. He needs a refresh. The whole character needs a refresh. He needs a refresh in general. I've been saying it all along. People know what my feelings are about Cena. I don't have to go out there and rehash it, but and like Sami Callihan was saying, he told the guy who was interviewing him, "Are you going to go out there and do that?" No, and neither was he. Nobody is. Nobody in this day and age is willing to put their lives solely into that company because they know at the end of the day it's probably not worth it. Is the business on a upswing? Is it getting ready to change? Well, I'm going to have a video coming out soon about the way the business has evolved over the last 10, 20, 30 years and how the wrestling fan has evolved over the last 20, 30 years. You notice I got my Darth Vader heel shirt on. So, and this right here, this stuff like this contributes to it. the way the business has evolved over the last 20 or 30 years, and I'm going to have a video about that and what that means for the E, what that means for whole. I mean, I will admit, Mike Johnson of PW Insider put out an article about, I put out a column about how this is the golden age of independent wrestling. I agree with that to a certain extent. I think that it is a golden age where on any given weekend in North Carolina, you can find 10 indie shows within 45 minutes of each other. It's crazy. And the reason being is because in North Carolina, there's no athletic commission. All you need in North Carolina is a building and a ring and a bunch of guys willing to go out there and work. That's it. You don't even need a crowd. All you need a video camera and a group of guys willing to go out there and bust their ass. That's all you need. Anyway, I'm going to get off here right now, guys. I just wanted to comment on these injuries here. It's turning into injured mania. I don't know what the deal is. But I'm going to have a video coming out later on, like I said, about the state of the business and the way that I think it's evolved. Of course, my opinion. It's just my opinion. My opinions are like, you know what, everybody's got one. So, anyway, we'll see you guys down the road.